Very well, welcome to Let's Play Exhumed. This is a PlayStation 1 game, which I've been waiting to Let's Play for a long time, and I need to turn down the volume. There we go. This is way too loud. Anyway, English. So what kind of game is this? Well, you'll see when we'll get into it. First of all, go into the option and check if everything is correct. Controls. There are highly customizable controls here. You can bind everything to everything. So blah 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 blah, and this should be correct. Sound, music, okay. Everything is at maximum. I should have no game in the load one, right? Why do I have all these games? Alright, I forgot to actually delete my memory card. I'll do that next time. Well, anyway, let's start up a new game.
During the time of the pharaohs, the city of Karnak was a shining example of civilization that all other nations could only hope to emulate. Today, Karnak lives on, surrounded by the spirits of the past. However, something has gone terribly wrong. Unknown forces have seized the city, and great turmoil is spreading into neighboring lands. World leaders from all parts of the globe have sent forces into the Karnak Valley, but none have returned. The great power of this new empire is quickly crushing the best forces the human world has to offer. The only known information about this crisis came from a Karnak villager found wandering through the desert miles from his home, dazed, dehydrated, and close to death. In his final moments among the living, the villager told horrifying stories of fierce alien creatures that invaded the city, devoured the women and children, and made slaves of the men. Many of the unfortunate victims were skinned alive or brutally dismembered. Others were subjected to unbearable tortures, injected with strange substances, and then mummified while still alive. According to the villager, even the mummified body of the great King Ramses was unearthed and taken away. You have been chosen from a group of the best operatives in the world to infiltrate Karnak and destroy the threatening forces. But as your helicopter nears the Karnak Valley, it is shot down. You barely escape with your life. With no possible contact to the outside world, you begin your adventure, ready to accomplish your mission, praying to return alive.
And here we are in control of our character. So if you haven't guessed already, this is a first-person shooter game. And it's most like Doom, if you know the game. I mean, Doom is pretty famous, right? And, well, this is kind of like it. Basically, you go through levels, you shoot monsters, you go on, you shoot more monsters until you find the exit. But the thing is that this game is very particular, is nothing like Doom at the same time. It is a lot like Doom, but at the same time, it is not a lot like Doom. It is very, very different from it. So, what kind of controls do we have? We have the D-pad to move around, we have up and down to move, and left and right to turn, so we have a lot of freedom to move. And our character is really fast. There's no need for us to run. There's no button to press, we just run all the time. Or walk, I don't even know. Then there are some buttons. We have the square button to attack. You can keep it pressed to continuously attack. We only have this knife right now. We'll soon get a weapon though, don't worry. In any case, then we have one of the first difference between this game and Doom-like games is the X button that makes us jump. We can press it to jump. This wasn't an option in Doom. In Doom you could only leap like that. If you wanted to jump, you need to be on a knife platform and you leap onto another one. Not in this case. Here you can jump around wherever you want. You can even change the trajectory in midair like that. So if, for example, you jump and you don't want to, you can just turn back. We can just do this. I don't even know how that works in real life, but whatever, this is a video game. And then of course, since we can jump, it makes sense we have the triangle button, which if you keep pressed, we cannot move around, but we can look up and down in whatever direction we want. Because there will be enemies, they will be on different heights. Some will be down here, some will be up here, so we'll need to look around in order to find them. And by the way, if you mess up your angle of view, you just stop triangle once and it will restore it to you, to your basic point of view. And then we have the circle button, which doesn't do anything because it's the use button. The button I use to open doors, activate switches, and stuff like that. Then for other buttons we have L and R, L1 and R1, which makes us straight, which is very useful to avoid enemy fire. And then we have L2 and R2, which change weapon, but we only have the knife right now, so they don't change anything. Apart from that, well, we have the start button, pause the game, and the select button, which opens the inventory. Well, a few words on the inventory. We have map, we have arsenal, which is a list of the weapons, artifacts, but we have known, transmitter. We have found no transmitter pieces. We'll get in what those do later. And then there are those 4 symbols down there below the window of whatever that makes things appear. Those 4 symbols right there are the keys. In Doom you add 3 colored keys, and here you have 4 symbols you may find during your adventures in the levels. And then there's the map here. Some of Ramses' area map of, just like in Doom, you can have an area of you can have a map of the area, and it builds as you move. But the big difference that in Doom, if you remember, if you had activated the map, you couldn't see where you were going. In here, the map overlaps the screen, so you can still fight and run, fight, and do whatever you want, while still seeing the map being built. As you can see, it's very handy. It kind of gets confusing in some levels where they have big maps, and you'll see later in the later episode. But for now, it's really simple. But it's really cool because when you're lost and you don't know where to go, you just pull up the map, and you can still see the stage, the 3D stage. You don't only see the map, so you know which things refer to what. For example, those triangles on the map are those steps over here. And for example, there is a square right here, and this is where the spire is, which by the way doesn't hurt me. Okay, so you do that. You just press left to close it or right to open it. It's pretty handy. Anyways, come over here. There are some pots and there is a gun. So we just go here and collect it. That's a pistol. That's our first enemy. This is a Tyrannian. It's basically a scorpion. You can fire at it and it dies in 2 hits. By the way, this game still has some auto-aiming mechanics, so you don't have to exactly hit an enemy. You can just, as long as you aim in the general direction, you will hit it. And there are those spots you can break it by using the gun, or you could use the knife too. As you can see here, L2 and R2 change weapon. And then there are those orbs that pop out. Those orbs pop out when we defeat enemies or when we break pots and stuff. The red one is an elf. We haven't lost any health, but I can show you. Go over here, there are some more of these guys. As you can see, it's very clear that you're hitting an enemy. Let me just get eaten by this guy. There we go, lost him out. Kill him. There we go. Let's go back. So there are only 2 types of spheres, red and blue. Red spheres replenish health, as you can see. Blue spheres, by the way, on the other hand, as if you haven't guessed already, are ammunitions, weapon power. Well, they're called weapon power. But the thing is, now we have only the pistol, so it makes sense we only give them to the pistol, as the knife is actually infinite ammo. We can slash whenever we want. But the thing is, every weapon here uses the same blue spheres. So, when you will be low on ammo more than one weapon, you have to strategize and think which weapon is best to load, because it will be more useful. Okay, we destroy those pots which are exploding, which can explode, but they don't do anything except that. We go over here and this lift will bring us down. By the way, there is falling damages in this game. Be careful, as you can auto-load. And if you die here, you have to restart the level from the beginning. There are no checkpoints. Anyway, the first level is pretty straightforward. Should be really easy for you. Okay, there we go. There's more weapon power. Now there are some exploding pods here. You can destroy either of those. I usually go for those ones. Okay. I take 2 hits. And they will break. They will break an old wall. This teaches you that in this game there are some secret passages sometimes. You need to figure this out. Or sometimes they can't be figured out by yourself. Like for example here, it's pretty obvious that there is a secret passage that leads back to the area. Or for example, you can look where walls are different. Like for example here, as you can see, the wall is cracked. And if you played some Legend of Zelda, you know that where the wall is cracked, you probably want to bomb it. We don't have any bombs right now, but remember that for later. Making random blocks here. And we should be able to find something else soon, maybe. No, we were really unlucky then. I wanted to show you something else, but apparently not. Okay, whatever, I'll teach you that in the next level. Anyway, so I press circle to activate that. Press circle to open this. And this is a lift that will bring us down. Okay, here we are. Let's examine this coffin.
Welcome, mortal. I am King Ramses. When my body was laid to rest here, my name was not forgotten, and my spirit was blessed in the realm of the dead. For centuries I lived in splendid afterlife, among the most powerful gods of the world. Now, my eternal sleep has been broken by a savage race of creatures known as the Karnak. These beasts have stolen my mummified corpse and are draining the power from it to use as their own. If they succeed, chaos will spread across the earth like a terrible wave of fire, burning all living things in its path. The world as we know it will die a painful death. It is you, Great One, that must do justice for the sake of mankind and shun this evil. Seek out the 6 treasured artifacts that once adorned my tomb, given to me by the most powerful gods of Egypt. They too have been stolen and scattered across the valley, and are highly guarded. These artifacts hold great powers and will help you on your journey. To begin your search, travel to Karnak and cross the high bridge on the east side of the village. Here you will find a great sanctuary that holds the first of the 6 mighty artifacts. If you happen to lose your way on your travels, return to this tomb, and I will give you guidance. Fear not the power of the Karnak. Instead, embrace the powers of the Egyptian gods. They will help carry you to victory.
After we heard about that from Ramses' spirit, we can go over here and there's a camel. So you touch the camel and that's the exit of the level. Press fire to travel, press start to remain. You can still remain on the level if you think you've missed something. I could talk with Ramses again by stepping on that stone, on that thing, but it was pointless. Instead, I'm pressing fire over here, saving well, not saving. Since, well, I'm doing a let's play, so saving would fuck up my, well, my let's play if the recording didn't go well. Anyway, Tomb of Ramses here. So it's not like in Doom where you end the level and then you get straight to another one. In here, you have to select your level, and as you can see from these arrows, it's possible that a level has multiple endings. Yeah, endings, multiple exits. So this is very different from Doom. You will have to find different exits in order for you to explore the whole Egypt. Oh well, actually Karnak Valley. It's not the edge. This is only Karnak Valley here. In any case, next time on Exhumed, we will go into Karnak, and maybe we'll do 2 areas because Karnak is really short. And probably we're gonna even recover the first of the 6 mighty artifacts that Ramses talked about. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.